Alright, what's up, guys? We just watched She-Hulk episode 4 review. This is our review of it.
Yep.
Kind of over the show.
I'm so bored.
Yeah, like there's so much stuff going on and I'm like, can we
Are we getting to the plot soon?
yeah, like this episode you had Wong go on trial and I'm like, well, why didn't Wong just take the what's the thing called?
The sling ring.
Why didn't he just take the sling ring
Away
from Donnie Blaze? And we never would have dealt with the whole lawyer thing. Like,
If this is the Doctor Strange movie, Doctor Strange would have just went to his show, took the ring in the middle of the show. Doctor Strange would have walked up on stage during the show, be like, "Oh, yep, I'll take that," and then walk through.
yeah, it would have been done. Like,
if this was a Doctor Strange movie, Wong would have probably showed up after the show, be like, "Donnie Blaze, I need your sling ring."
yeah,
I feel like I told you this. Well, we were watching after the episode was over. During the episode. If this was let's translate this to comic books, right? Let's say you have a storyline of Secret Wars running, right? And then you have, then a She-Hulk story, a She-Hulk run comes out, but it's not connected to the main Secret Wars arc. It's just contained. It's its own thing, right? So it has this wacky hijinks that has nothing to do with the Secret Wars arc. That's what this kind of feels like. But the difference between the comic and the show is the show is supposed to be canon to the bigger Marvel universe. If you have just a one-off She-Hulk run, an Elseworld She-Hulk run, it doesn't have to be connected. And the people who want to watch it can watch it.
yeah.
And you can say oh well, if you don't like the show, don't watch it. Yeah, but I don't want to watch the next Marvel movie. And I'm like, why does Jen have wings?
Right. Like,
she has wings, and she's got a best friend from Subterranea who hung out with Sue Storm at the end of episode 5. And I'm like, when did she meet Sue Storm? When did she have a baby with the Mole Man? Why? What's going on?
Yeah.
So I kind of have to watch it in order to know what's going on in the rest of the MCU, but it doesn't feel like it's connecting it.
I got a little excited at first when they first introduced Donnie Blaze because I figured, okay, maybe we'll meet Ghost Rider or something.
Because when I heard Blaze, I was like, oh, is there a family connection?
Yeah. But then they do anything like that, and then we start focusing on Jen's dating life, and I'm like, I don't care. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Like, each after credit scene is just like, I don't see the point of them. I just don't see the point of each after credit scene. It's not leading towards anything.
There hasn't been one after credit scene that furthers the plot of the show. The first after credit scene of the first episode was Jen and Bruce talking about Captain America. The second episode after credit scene was her helping her dad with chores. Third after credit scene was what? What was that again? It was her and Megan Thee Stallion. Then this fourth episode, what is she doing? It's Wong talking to the Madison girl. And like I said, I don't have a problem. I said before after the episode, and I don't have a problem with fun after credit scenes. Deadpool had a fun after credit scene. Homecoming, it had a after credit scene that set up something, but then at the end it had a fun after credit scene with Captain America. What's that called? The first Guardians of the Galaxy. That after credit scene just had Howard the Duck. It didn't further the MCU, but that's the end of every single imagine if the end of every single Marvel movie was just something silly. I'm just like, okay, but is there going to be something that furthers the plot?
I mean, we only have 5 episodes left. Like, is it gonna be kind of rushed? Like,
because I thought Titania was. I thought there's going to be a fight with Titania. That's why they showed it. Said in the previously.
Yeah.
I was thinking, oh crap, Madison is Titania, and then she's not Titania.
I'll see if that would make sense.
I was just thinking that
That-
well, maybe Titania is like She-Hulk where she can turn it on and off, but like she has like a personality like Hannah Montana.
Honestly,
Where no one knows Miley Cyrus is Hannah Montana. So I thought Titania was the superstar, but then Madison was her alter ego where she could just hang around, but that didn't end up happening.
honestly, that would have been a lot better than what we got in the episode.
Why is Wong, like you said, why is Wong going to the thing? Going to a lawyer.
It's a new one. Just take it.
Just take it.
That's all you have to do.
And then I'm seeing Wong just I'm just seeing Wong just like sitting around, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And he's just sitting around, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, aren't you the Sorcerer Supreme?
Right.
Because I was thinking when I saw him just sitting on the couch watching The Sopranos, I was like, is this where you went in No Way Home? Is that why you had your pants?
Right. Like,
where are you going? See, like this makes Wong look like an incompetent Sorcerer Supreme. See, like,
he does.
because like when you look at what's his name, Multiverse of Madness, right? And you're like, let's look at No Way Home where we first see him as Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah.
And it's like he's like, Strange, no, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Strange has to kind of convince him. We see like, oh, okay, Wong has authority. He's the Sorcerer Supreme, right? He has authority, and you have to kind of convince him. That's why he's like, you know what? If you want to do it, leave me out of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the boss. Just like, you know what? If you guys want to do it, you guys want to destroy the universe, leave me out of it, right?
Yeah.
Fine. Multiverse of Madness. He started that tentacle thing. He started giving him the business, and I'm like, okay, Wong, right?
Yeah.
And then Nathan just like, are you chilling? Like, what are you doing? Are you just chilling?
And they had a fight scene in the magician place with all the goblins. And I'm like, dude, if you would have just taken the sling ring at the beginning, all this would have been avoided. Why'd you get a lawyer? Call my lawyer. For what? If you would have just not called her in the first place and just took the ring when he was on stage. It was playing the first Doctor Strange movie. You magicians have one job. You aren't the Avengers. You're not the police. One job. Protect the world from mystical threats. He is a mystical threat.
Because I'm just thinking, if Doctor Strange got a cease and desist, right? When he was a Sorcerer Supreme.
Right.
If he got a cease and desist, would he honor it?
No.
He would just be like, okay. He would probably burn it in his hand.
I don't care. Like, this has nothing to do with me.
He would probably burn it and then just go and do what he was going to do.
Yeah. Like, it really does make Wong look like you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Smooth brain.
Because, like, the other movies, I know, like you said, you don't think Wong should be the Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah.
But at least he was doing stuff.
Yeah. I'm like, he's just sitting
But
around.
now, in here, it just makes him look incompetent because it's like, oh, someone's doing something. A magician is doing something. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me go get a lawyer. What do you need a lawyer for?
Like, I'm fine if he's just sitting around because it's nighttime. I don't expect him to be doing too much.
Yeah.
But it's like, it doesn't seem like he's ever doing. Like, are you never busy? Like, the ancient one seemed like she was busy training people. Doctor Strange seemed like he was training people doing something.
No, he has to be busy because America Chavez is training at this moment. Is Doctor Strange? Wait, she might be.
That's at a different one. I think that's at a different one, wasn't it?
No, she must be being trained by someone else because it's not Strange.
Yeah.
Because him and Wong left her at Carmitage. So never mind, they're not training her. But still, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for Daredevil.
They took. They're waiting. They're taking what is owed to us. What we have watched the show for. Daredevil.
Like, I kind of just want to wait till the whole show ends and just binge it because I'm like, these episodes are so short and nothing's really happening.
Because, like, we can say what we want about, like, Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
But I feel more entertained by Miss Marvel.
Yeah, the episodes felt...
Miss Marvel is so much... Not to, like, put shows against each other and stuff, but I'm just looking and I'm just like... Like, of all the things that, like, I say about Miss Marvel, I like the first part because of its stylization.
Yeah.
But then the other part is, like, a Marvel thing, and I don't really like the Marvel thing because of what the show was set up to be. It was set up to be more stylized, but I don't know, it just felt more exciting. This one doesn't feel exciting.
Yeah.
I know, like, not everything's for everyone. Yeah, that's fine, but when I'm watching Multiverse of Madness, and all of a sudden, after coming off of Endgame, Wanda has children?
Yeah.
Obviously I watched WandaVision before, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, these are the people that are going to lead Phase 5 and onward. I'm going to have to.
Yeah.
Like, especially, like, if you like, okay, well, they're going to adapt some things from the comic books. In the comic books, She-Hulk becomes a part of the Fantastic Four at one point.
Yeah.
So, last thing I need is Invisible Woman or Johnny, she go on date with Johnny Storm, which would... If they do that, that would be pretty cool if Johnny Storm's in the show. If they do the story right. Last thing I need is she goes on a date with Johnny Storm and something happens in this movie that breaks the universe, and then the Fantastic Four I have to figure out what's going on in the Fantastic Four movie. You get what I mean?
Like, I like how she got... Like, it seemed like there was some kind of group after her last episode.
Yeah.
And then it's like, we're just not going to touch on that. But that guy she was on the date with,
Yeah.
he was definitely scared. Hey, can you skin be pierced at all? Like,
yeah.
by vibranium? What?
Like, and she just was like, huh.
Like you said, like
Meh.
you said with Superman, like, hey, can you get hit by kryptonite at all?
Hey, Luke Cage, is your skin truly unbreakable? Oh, yes. Even silver bullets?
Like, what?
What about silver bullets? Because I heard Wolverine can be hurt by silver bullets. So, like, what about you? What?
Yeah, what you mean?
Like Luke Cage. Did you want to see Luke Cage season 2?
I'm not gonna watch.
Like Luke Cage season 2, it was Bushmaster, I believe, and at one point there were they developed these bullets that could actually pierce Luke Cage's skin. Okay. And so it's just like, after I just got attacked by a dude and then by a group of people, imagine if someone tried to break into my house, they failed, and then I'm going on a date and goes like, so what's your security system looking at? You got cameras? Or that's what happened in the in the Big City Green shorts where the phone rings, where Cricket called the aquarium and he was like, can I get a shark? Can I buy one? And then she was like, nah, we don't sell them. We don't sell them, Chief. And he was like, oh, okay. What's your guys' security system like? Is it like cameras or whatever? It's like, you're obviously trying to figure out how to break in this place. Like,
I think Ms. Marvel episodes were longer, but it's just in 22 minutes. We're not focusing on the right things.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't care, like, like, really, Wong should not be in court. I don't care who Jen is dating.
And here's
that's not important.
Here's the thing, right? You can get a lot done in 22 minutes.
Yeah.
Because we've gotten a lot done in 10 to 11 minutes with shows like Regular Show and Adventure Time. Even though those shows are more episodic. But let's look at the arc.
Right.
The arcs.
Regular Show got like 10 characters.
Yeah.
And by the end of the episode...
No, but what I'm saying is, like, look at the arcs, right? We look at the first Dome arc.
Yeah.
And then we look at the space arc.
Yeah.
I can't remember how long those are.
Yeah.
But it's at least 10 minutes an episode. And then it's like, if it's like a double episode, it's like 22 minutes for the full length, but it's 2 different episodes.
That's what I'm saying. It has way more character. Regular Show has way more characters, but it feels more complete at the end.
It has more characters and a lot of times less time, but it feels like a lot more is done.
Yeah, like I don't feel like we're getting anything done in this show. Because I think that because what they're doing is they're handling multiple plots. We have this lawyer thing with Wong, then we have this then we have this dating thing with Jen, and it's like, okay, well, these plots have nothing to do with each other.
Yeah.
When you tie them in together, they work better, but so it ends up being where it feels like nothing really happened.
Yeah.
It's too short.
You know what? They need to. Okay, I'm not saying that they don't use the fourth wall thing good, but what if you tie the fourth wall thing a little more? Like, for example, I can't remember what She-Hulk comic book because I only like read a few pages, like a page or so, but it was She-Hulk, and she fought these people, and then she was like, yeah, I have no idea who these people are, who sent these people. I'm probably not going to figure out until the end of the issue, but you'll probably figure it out on the next page. Yeah. And then you turn the next page, and then the audience figures out, hey, this is the bad guy who sent these villains after you. Yeah. What if like you had that certain thing, like when she's talking to that guy, he's like, how can your skin pierce? And she's like, I know what you're thinking. He's probably connected to the people, isn't he? Yeah, but I'll probably figure it out later. And then go to the next. It's just like a fun little stinger. I don't know. Yeah. This show is kind of boring.
Like this episode really started getting into it. Like, okay, it's gonna start pick up, and then she said something like, "Well, that's a way to end an episode," and I was like, "It's over? Nothing happened." I thought it was gonna start picking up. Like, oh, did we just find out something about Ghost Rider?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just an excuse to get Wong in the show.
Yeah.
Like, don't use someone like Blaze. I'll be so mad they don't do any kind of Ghost Rider references, you know? It's like, okay, well, what was the point of that? You're like, because Wong could have just... What they should have done, they shouldn't have used Wong. They should have used Wong as a witness for someone else.
Yeah.
The Madison girl, she should have, or someone like her, should have been suing him.
Yeah.
And use Wong as a witness. That would have been better, because it's like, well, Wong's the Sorcerer Supreme. He doesn't need to call a lawyer for anything. He just go in and take it. What is he going to do, sue Wong? Like, Wong going to show up to court. They literally said, hey, you committed a crime. And he just left.
Yeah. Or even if or even if it's like, oh, Wong, you're getting sued, he would just be like, well, actually, the sling ring is property of students of Karmitage.
Right.
You left Karmitage, so I am collecting what is rightfully belongs to Karmitage.
Yeah.
Goodbye, and then he would leave. Or he just wouldn't show up. He would just be like, yoink, and leave. Because like when Loki stuck on the planet in Ragnarok, and Doctor Strange was like gone.
Yeah.
And then he brought Loki back, and Loki was like, I'm gonna attack you, and he was like, gone. Like,
then they forget. I think almost like they're forgetting who these people are.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't mind Wong being in court, but it has to be for the right reason.
Yeah. And like I said before, this feels like if you would have two comic book runs running side by side, but they're not interconnected.
Yeah.
Like you could have like this comic book run has five different comic book storylines, right?
Yeah.
But it's all in the same like main story arc. But then you just have like this one-off story where, you know, Squirrel Girl defeats Galactus, but it's not part of Secret Wars. It's just the story of how Squirrel Girl defeats Galactus. I didn't read that, but I know that she defeated Galactus. But imagine if Squirrel Girl defeated Galactus in the MCU. And it's like, okay, why is Squirrel Girl doing this and that? But this is supposed to be connected to Secret Wars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like the second episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
The second episode after credit scene, I don't mind, right? Where she was helping her dad with house chores. I don't mind that. My problem is the third and fourth episode after credit scene does nothing for the character.
Yeah. Like
does nothing for the plot or character. Especially the fourth one. especially the fourth one makes Wong look incompetent. Because, like, he's supposed to be the Sorcerer Supreme, and he's, like, sitting on the couch crying, like, isn't America Chavez studying? Why don't you go check up on her to make sure she's not destroying half the universe?
I mean, really.
What?
So you gotta have better things to do.
Why are you not taking your job seriously? Jeez, imagine you say, you know what? The previous boss disappeared. Okay, now you know what? I gotta find this other person so that they can train me. And then you go through this training, and you're just sitting down. Like, they just decide to sit down. Like, what was the point of your grueling training of going into an underground fight club? What was that for?
Yeah. Like,
I don't know.
I'm fine if the first 3 episodes are like that, because it's 9 episodes.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, we're on the 4th episode. We only got 5 episodes left.
Almost halfway through.
Like, because I was telling Brian earlier, they should have introduced Daredevil by now.
Yeah.
I wanted them to introduce Daredevil in this episode.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, okay, because I don't want them to introduce him in like the last episode. That's not going to go well.
Can't.
So I'm like, and it's already episode 4, and I still don't feel like we got any plot.
Yeah.
And now we got, oh, well, you know, she's suing you because she trademarked the name. Like, I'm a superhero. I don't care if you trademark the name. Like, I really don't.
Yeah.
Like, focusing on the wrong stuff. I hope this actually leads to something.
I thought she was going to fight Titania this episode. I really did. I thought they were going to have a face-off at least. If not like a fist-to-fist fight.
Like when we just finished watching the series of Daredevil, it was like, even when we focused on Matt and Cameron's relationship,
it was directly tied into...
Yeah. Even when they just talked about, even with Foggy, even just the characters in general, when they talked about dating, it was still related and we felt the tension. It's like, I care.
Because even when they were even when it wasn't plot related, where they were just talking, it served a lens to how Karen and Foggy view Matt.
Yeah.
Versus what Matt actually is. I mean, they're like, yeah, he always knew who the hot ones are. Oh, it's just an excuse. I think he just uses it as an excuse to touch girls' faces. Like, you know what? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, okay, well, Foggy thinks that Matt can't do anything, so he views it as like, dang, you got some type of sixth sense, and Matt's like, I do. You know what I mean? This is.
You know, it reminds, I can't remember what show it's from, but it was like, guys, I think he's onto something. This guy is saying something really, really boring.
It's like,
I was
bored with this show.
What was that?
I can't remember. But it was from Glitch. This thing was from Glitch Tech, where he was like, and bored with it.
Yeah.
That was from Glitch Tech. And I know
that was a SpongeBob episode. Really, really boring.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. And
oh, brother. Like, get on with the cameo. Like,
yeah. I was like, can something happen? And like, Wong was like called She-Hulk, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, help me take out these demon things. But then Wong just creates like a wormhole that sucks everything in.
Like, what is
and like, Wong, when you got there and opened the portal, while they were just bats flying around and swarming, you could have just sucked them in.
You could have.
Instead of waiting, because now they're turning into giant beasts. Imagine if someone took a jar of cicadas or bees or whatever in a jar, shook it up and put it in my house. Instead of just taking a giant industrial vacuum and sucking up the bees so that they can't do anything, I open the jar to let them out. Oh my. I feel like what's his name from Struggle Nation when he was watching Moon Knight and Khonshu was like he'll
I
talk
thought you would talk.
in. What is this?
Yeah, I'm like,
Oh my.
yeah, but have you guys seen She-Hulk episode 4? What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.